I'm super excited that you are checking out my courses. If you're at this point, you're probably feeling like I did back in the day about Excel. For me, I was completely lost. I actually ended up in the hospital a couple times due to panic attacks, and I would be in the car crying at times at lunch. It was really bad. And so back then, there weren't as many tools out there and readily available courses to take so that you could learn the cool, fun things to do. But I have solved that. So I started as a business intelligence analyst, and I've worked my way all the way through executive management as a chief operating officer. And during that time, I've learned Excel, I've self-taught, I've taken courses, I've watched all kinds of videos, I've been hands-on training, on-the-job training, all kinds of things. I've led all kinds of different teams in very different, departments, and these are the foundational skills that you need to excel in Excel. And so I wanted to put these together in courses so that I can help other people not feel the way I did about Excel, because there is no reason for that. It can be broken down into super easy, quick lessons to learn and be able to apply. So I am also a Microsoft MVP, meaning that I am part of their creator program and I am getting the latest and greatest things that are coming out. And so with this subscription model, I am able to update the Xpert class regularly because I will have new updates, new videos, new lessons, and things like that. If something is out of date, I'm trying to keep up on that and make sure that, the latest, greatest thing, like checkboxes, for example, are always updated in there. Not only that, but with the subscription, you get access to the community that I'm trying to kick off here early 2025, and then also monthly webinars. And so the idea is when you're part of the community, you're able to make webinar suggestions, you can ask questions, network with people, those types of things. And I want to really build this up and make sure it's a really comprehensive reference so that you have your workbook that you get forever, regardless if you keep the subscription, and you can make notes in that. So it functions as like a cheat sheet. So the idea is you've got this workbook that's like a cheat sheet, you've got access to a community, and you're getting the newest, latest, greatest things about Excel, and you don't even have to go looking for them. They're just right here. So moving into the actual courses. So I have an Executor course, which is very similar to the Survivor course, but the difference is that it's what you're working on. So the Executor course teaches the 70 plus foundational skills, just like the Survival course does, but they work on different things. So Executor is a fun wedding event planner, and Survival are 3 examples that you might encounter in a work environment, which would be project tracking, a budget, and an order management screen. But once you know these things, you can apply them to anything, any department, any industry, it doesn't matter. This is just how you learn the functions. So those are those 2 courses. They function very similar to Xpert in terms of setup on your screen. So I'm just going to go through Xpert today. But once you're signed up and you're logged in, you're going to see all of your lessons across the left of the screen. And you've got your welcome videos, you've got your workbook, any PDFs or anything like that. If there's supplemental reading, a quiz, all of that stuff will be found on the left. And with Xpert, the reason I love this one so much is because it is a collection of over 200 really cool things in Excel. And so you've got a beginner video though here to get started with, which is playing in the background here. And what you can do with that video is use it, whether you're beginner, intermediate, whatever it might be, to pick up some extra cool things in Excel. But if you're a beginner, my point is you're covered with this course. It's just a little bit faster paced than the other 2 are. But so what you can do here is watch the beginner video, and then you can treat this as like something that you kind of cherry pick and pick out fun, cool lessons as like a cheat sheet for Excel, or you can go in order. And like I said, there's a quiz at the end, very, very end, so that you really feel confident that you have mastered these skills. And so if you notice, all of these are labeled with numbers on the side, and those correspond to your workbook. So we go over things like math and advanced functions, formatting and cleanup. There's all kinds of cool dashboard things and charts, templates that you can use here. And so let me just click on one just to show you here. So once you click on your video, you can play it in here. You can make it full screen if you need to. But this is, so that's the videos there. So let me close out of this and flip you over to the workbook. And so when you go to the workbook, notice how those numbers were on the left. Those correspond to these numbers. So you find your video and you find your lesson and you can click on it here. I'm going to go down to 98 where I just was in the class, And if I click on lesson 98, it's going to take me here. So you can see the project actually finished. And so you can see how all the formulas work, how all the things go together. And so that's really, really handy for your learning to be able to follow along. So you can copy paste, you can do your exercise over here, whatever it is, but you've got that model. And so again, like I said, this kind of functions as like a lifelong reference guide, like a cheat sheet. So you've got all your lessons here, and then when you're done, you return to get started. And if you want to keep track of things and check them off, you can, and keep track of your progress, or not, just use it as a cheat sheet. So that is how the courses work. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me, executethevision@gmail.com. And I am really excited for you because it is my mission to make Excel accessible and easy for everyone, and try to hit as most people with that as possible. I have met so many people who hate Excel and who get panicked by it, and there is no reason for it. And I think once you sign up for these courses and you get started, you're going to immediately have tips and tricks that you can immediately apply at work, and you're going to see it's not so bad. So anyway, reach out to me if you need any help or assistance, and let's go.